Hey everybody, good evening. I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight to talk to you about effective hostess coaching. Hopefully some people will be tuning in here. Wonder if I can share this on my team page. I'm not sure. Okay. Hopefully I've got my comments on too. Okay, I see people. Yay! Okay, so my name is Ashley Doddridge, for those of you that don't know me. I joined Color Street back in April of 2018. Yeah, so almost 2 years. It's been a crazy, amazing ride, and Color Street is my absolute favorite topic to talk about. So I'm going to try to keep this to 30 minutes because I could talk all day if you let me. So we all know that a hostess can make or break a party. So it is awesome when we get amazing hostesses, but what we forget is that they have no idea what to do unless we tell them. I know personally that before I hosted a Color Street party, I had never hosted a party in my life. So had my upline, Beth Kairos, not been like telling me what to do during my party, I probably just would have sat there and done nothing. So it really is important to tell your hostesses what to do. Don't feel like you're being pushy. Don't feel like you're being bossy, because like these are your sales. This is your business. So you got to tell them what to do if you want it to be a success. Oh, Amanda, you're so sweet. Personally what I do is I made a YouTube video that I send to my hostesses as soon as I create a group. If you don't want to make a video or you don't like seeing yourself on a video, I totally get it. I have to admit, I rewatched my video before coming on here to see what I even tell my hostesses, and I don't like watching myself either. But if you're not going to make a video, at least like make a Google Doc or like a checklist, something that you can send to them, even a graphic that kind of tells them, will check the boxes of what they need to do. So that's really important. But basically in my video, it talks them through pretty much everything I want them to do pre-party, and then anything like having to do with the actual party, I message them kind of in real time just so that they're not overwhelmed with information. So the first thing I ask them to do, and this is like honestly one of the most important things, but they need to personally invite their guests. In my video, I tell them, do not hit that invite button, and I tell them why I don't want them to hit the invite button, because like you all know, I don't know how many people are moms out there, but it's like if you tell a kid not to run, they're just going to keep running. But if you tell a kid not to run because you're trying to keep them safe or whatever, if you have a reason, people are more likely to follow your directions. So I tell them not to do it, and then I tell them why I don't want them to do it. I tell them that they need to personally invite 20 to 25 guests. I keep it at this number because I don't want them to invite 50 and be spammy and message those people that they haven't talked to in 10 years. And I don't want them to message so few that we can't get them to their $300 hostess rewards. So I tell them to personally invite. I give them a general, like, what I want them to say in terms of, like, tell them why you love the nails, and then include your party link, and here is your party link. I get asked all of the time if I can provide my hostesses with a script. I do not. And the reason that I do not is because anytime anyone has ever invited me to a party, I can tell if it's a script. And I feel like they are not taking the time to personally invite me. So I guess I'm kind of a party snob, you could say. But I want to know genuinely why they love the product, why I should be invited to the party. And so I do not give my hostesses a script. I simply tell them, you need to share what you love most about the product and why you want to share it with them. And that's all I say. So that's step one, personally inviting. And then I tell them the importance of making sure they're getting samples out. So I tell them to tag all of their guests, once their guests are in the party, in the sample post, because my goal is to get as many people as I can to request a sample. If I just post it, I might have a couple people request them. If they tag everybody and I know everybody has seen the post, I usually get anywhere from like 5 to 10 sample requests per party. And usually the people that request samples are going to buy, whether they've actually tried it or not. If they take the time to fill out the form, they're probably going to buy. Or they at least want a sample to try before they order, like maybe they've already planned on ordering. So that is super important. And just, have them be like, oh, you guys need to try this. I also will send my hostess 5 samples. But the reason that I do both, personally, I want to send them because I want to make sure they get to the people. It's like if you want something done, do it yourself, right? But then I send them samples also for like those people that might not be online. And I tell them, hey, get these out, and tell them to post a picture to be entered for a free set. If you tell them they're going to be entered for something, they usually do it, and it gets them to try it. So the next thing that I tell them is I encourage them to post on their personal Facebook page that they are having a party, why they are having a party, and then drop their link for their party group. I do groups. I know some people do events. I do groups. And the reason, and again, just like a mom, you got to tell them why. If you just tell them to do it, they're not going to do it. If you tell them why they should do it, they're going to do it. So I always tell them why. And the reason why I tell them this is because, so when I hosted my party before I was a stylist, when I posted this, I had 4 people join and buy from my party that I never would have thought to invite, either because we hadn't talked in so many years or because they were just more acquaintances and I didn't know them very well. So I always tell them to do this because I'm like, you never know who on your Facebook is going to be interested in joining your party that you maybe haven't thought of. So then, if I'm going too fast or anyone has questions, let me know. So next I have them do a welcome post. Again, this is in their party and important because this is their kind of time to share their personal story. Why did they fall in love with Color Street? Hopefully someone in their party is going to connect with whatever they say. So whether it's because, oh, I fell in love because it helped me stop biting my nails, or I fell in love because I'm a busy mom and I don't have time to ever do my nails, or I don't have the money to go to the salon. Somebody in that party is going to connect with their welcome post and want to buy because of what they say. So that's really important as well. The next thing I coach my hostess to do, I do not get many takers on this. However, I love when they do it, and it has backfired on me before, but I always give them the option to go live. So I tell them that I am planning to go live in their party regardless, but I give them the option to go live, and I just let them know, hey, parties do so much better when the hostess goes live. If you're interested, I'll send you an extra gift. I don't tell them what it is. It's usually just a few accent nails. But when their guests see them applying the nails and know they're not like the professional, it goes over a lot better than when they see me do the nails and they know I've done it like 15 million times. So I always give them the option. I haven't had tons of hostesses take advantage of it. And like I said, it's backfired before too. And you never know what they're going to say live. So that's always interesting, but just try to prep them. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much like what I say in my video. And then I just let them know if you have any questions about the video, let me know. And then we really don't have much more contact until the day of the party. So the day of the party, I will message them and ask them to send out text reminders. I encourage text because I know more people will read the text than if they send an email or a PM or whatever. And I basically just say, it looks like my internet connection is low, so hopefully people are not having trouble viewing this. But I will just I'll say, hey, text your guests and just remind them the party is tonight, this time, and that if they are on time and tune into the live, that they'll be entered for a prize. It gets people to actually tune in on time, which is nice because we all like to be on time, right? And then I'm looking at my notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. I will tell them to, besides just being excited, to make sure they comment on all the posts, every single post. I tell them why I want them to do that, because it boosts the post and helps it get more views. And then I also ask them to tag like 2 to 3 friends per post that they do not see interacting online, and like ask them a question or make a suggestion. So like, oh, Sarah, which one of these do you like best? Or Sarah, I think you would look great in this color. Or if it's like a how well do you know the hostess post, saying something like, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so, I bet you can guess my favorite. And so I will actually message her examples of the types of things to say, because I do want it to seem authentic. I don't just want them tagging their friends like, hey, comment, hey, you, get online. I really want them, like, they want their friends involved. And then I tell them to make sure that they're commenting on all of their friends' posts. So not only are they commenting on every post to boost the post, but then I'm encouraging them to create dialogue between their friends. A lot of times this happens naturally, and is pretty easy for them. But I always tell them, the more fun you have and the more fun your guests have, the more orders you're gonna get. So you wanna make sure to interact with them and keep it fun. And then the only other thing that I really ask them to do is then, so like the day after the party or the next day after the party, I will ask them to follow up with all of their guests. This is another one that, again, like some hostesses are gonna do and others aren't. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I just encourage them to follow up, let them know our deadline. So we always agree on a deadline. Usually it's just like a couple days after the party, because like it does not matter how long you run a party. You could run it for a month, or you could run it for 5 days, or you could run it for 1 day, and people are going to wait till the last day to order. They always order either the day of the party or the last day of the party. That just seems to be how it is. So I try to not drag out my parties. So we agree on a deadline. I usually say, hey, I usually run my parties through Friday. Does this sound good to you? If it's not and we need to extend, we always can. but I want to make sure everybody has a deadline so that they can get their orders in. So I encourage them to message all their friends and just say like, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Just want to let you know you have until Friday to order. This is how far I am away from my goal. Because a lot of times I feel like people assume that other people are going to order to help the hostess get to rewards. But if the hostess says, hey, I'm 3 orders away from my goal, and they know like, oh, well, I could probably place an order. I don't know. I feel like it helps. So that's what I have them do. And then I also tell them, I'm like, don't forget, you can earn an additional $75 in free nails if you can get 3 friends to book a party with me. So when you reach out, make sure you ask them if they will help you with this. And then just give me their names. So that's what I do. That is really all I do to coach my hostesses. It may be nothing you haven't heard before. Again, I didn't come up with any of these ideas on my own. These are all ideas that have been passed down. So like I always say, if you want to be doing something in this business, you just need to like look for the person that is doing that and then like do that. Like, I think I heard the quote the other day, like the advice is free, but then you actually have to like implement the advice if you want to see the success. So I'm gonna see if there are any questions, and if not, then we will wrap it up. But yeah, I like the video because it depends how many parties you do a month. I personally got tired of messaging the exact same thing, so many times a month. And so it's just so much easier for me to say, hey, watch this video before you invite everybody. And it just goes through everything they need to know, all of their steps. It goes through their hostess rewards. And, I just say, if you have any questions, let me know. So yeah. Okay. I'm not seeing any questions, so I think we're good. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I will answer them. I will also post a link to my video below in case anybody wants to make a video of their own or make a checklist to send to your hostesses based off what's in the video. Yes, I need to update my video too. I was just watching it and I say too many times and I'm like, I don't like it, but whatever. We always hate our own videos. So, okay. Well, I'm going to sign off and I'll drop that below. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll get them answered for you. All right. Bye, everybody.